Welcome to Mental Health Moments. We're glad to have you along with us this time, and we hope that our time together is going to be effective for you and for everyone who happens to see this. Today, we're going to be a little bit like a minefield. At one point, you're going to love it. At another point, you're going to hate it. This time, we want to talk to you about, listen to this, high-quality decisions. High-quality decisions. And without going too far down that road, we all have an abundance of both good and bad decisions. Every one of us does. We all do. The point of this video tonight is not to point out what bad decision makers we are, but to start a discussion and talk about the importance of making better decisions in the future. So make a good decision right now and stay with us. We'll be right back. I've been fascinated by this subject since I was a little boy making some horrible decisions in my life. And so as I've gotten older, I've seen the value of it a little bit more clearly, and I hope I can communicate that to you. It's been estimated that the average adult makes an average of 35,000 decisions every single day in our lives. And researchers say that making that many decisions can lead to something that they call decision fatigue. I don't know if you can relate to that, but I'm sure that some of you out there are nodding your head right now saying, I can absolutely relate to that. Decision fatigue. That's when you've run out of you don't even want to decide where to go to dinner. You don't want to decide where to eat. The human brain can make a decision in 100 milliseconds. And so it should bother you when somebody says, where do you want to eat? And you go blank and you can't even think about that. What is the inspiration for this? 2 weeks ago, I've got two things. 2 weeks ago, I was driving to work one morning, and I saw a deputy who had a vehicle pulled over, and I think they were getting a ticket that morning. That's not the way you want to start your day. And I started thinking, what were the decisions that went into making that moment happen? Did the person have a bad night? Did they not sleep well? Did they get up late? Did the alarm not go off? Were their kids going a little bit crazy that morning? Were they driving a little too fast to make up for lost time? And then here we go, and the blue lights come on, and that is a decision that I'm sure they regret and wish they could redo. Better decisions would be to get up early, to set your alarm, to leave the house a little bit earlier. And y'all are right now going, I don't want to hear that, but it's true. Number two, the second inspiration for this was, I don't know if anybody saw this, but I saw an interview with Matt Damon, the actor, the other day, and he said that he had been offered by James Cameron a role in the movie Avatar if he would only accept 10% of the gross revenues from that. He turned it down. At present, Avatar has made $2.9 billion, which would have been a total to Matt Damon of $290 million. Apparently the most money that anyone would have ever made off of a particular movie in profits as an actor. High quality decisions are made every moment of every day. From the moment we wake up, we make a decision. What do we wear? How do we feel? What do we want to do with that day? If it's cold, grab a jacket. If it's hot, don't. What to eat. Making high quality decisions about what we're going to eat at work. And we can't live in the snack machine at work, so you have to make a better decision about what you want to eat, and that way you don't come to the summertime saying, I'm going to lose some weight. Or in a high stress moment at work, do I lose my temper and lose my job, or do I make a better decision and calm down and handle things a little bit differently? As we are producing this video, it is obviously for us right now the Christmas season, so great decisions are made now. Don't overspend. That way when February rolls around, you don't start getting credit card bills in, and start making a little bit better decisions. But the real question for us all is how. There is an abundance of resource on the internet. All you have to do is look up to it, and there's so much available. But I found what I condensed into what I think is a good 7-step process, and I'm going to give them to you all at once. So here they go. Number one, recognize the need for a decision. We can't procrastinate constantly. There must be a decision. Number two, gather all the relevant data. In other words, don't make a snap decision, but gather all the information about that particular thing. And then number three, examine the evidence. Examine everything about that I need to think about before I just pop off the top of my head and make a snap decision. And number four, choose the best alternative. Okay? And produced with this particular set of circumstances, I've decided that these are the best options. So what is the best alternative? And then number five, identify alternative paths of action. Because I know that we've probably lived long enough to know that sometimes our first decision is not always our best decision. It may not produce the results that we want, so we may have to do something a little bit more than that. Number 6, then, here we go, take action. One of the most important aspects of living your life is to learn how to take action. We can't put it off forever. At some point, a decision has to be made, and it has to be a good quality decision. And lastly, number 7, after that decision has been made, review the results. You review everything. Those are important. Those are the top 7 that I found, and I condensed them for you. But I think there are a couple of more things that go into it just from my own personal life experience. I'm going to give you a couple of those. Ask a trusted counselor for their input. Every one of us needs to have people in our lives that are a lot wiser than we are, and sometimes a lot older than we are. Sometimes they have better information. Even King Solomon said, in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. I have found that the best decisions I've made in my life have not often been made alone, but with the input of others, a spouse, your husband, your wife, someone that you trust, a parent, a grandparent, a grandmother, grandfather, your pastor, your priest, however that works out in your life. It's important. Here's another thing, pick the right time to make a decision. You should not make a decision when you're tired. You should not, everybody has heard this before, you should not go to the grocery store when you're hungry. Amen. You should not make decisions at the wrong time. Your brain, listen to this, is most effective between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Scientists say that between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. our brain is the most capable of making decisions. It's also, again, secondarily from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. I don't know who they asked about that one, but for me, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. is not a good time for me to make a decision, because I am, by that time, suffering from decision fatigue. This one is basic. Think about this. Am I the one who needs to make this decision? Or this, am I overthinking this? Sometimes we jump into decisions that we really ourselves don't need to make, but we go ahead and make them anyway. Am I the one that needs to make this decision, or am I overthinking? Maybe I should do a video on overthinking. And lastly, don't be afraid to change your mind. Somebody out there right now just said, yes, amen to that. Don't be afraid to change your mind. We sometimes struggle with that. We feel like, well, I made that decision, so I'm just going to deal with the consequences. Not always. Sometimes you can change your mind. And when you change your mind and apologize if you need to and take a new route, new avenues open up before you. The average adult admits to changing their mind twice per quality decision, with more than 1 in 10 doing so 5 or more times. So 5 or more times, people who make good, strong decisions have admitted to changing their mind. And listen to this, 68% of adults find it hard to stick to a decision once that decision has been made. How about that? We make good decisions so that we won't have an abundance of regrets in our lives. Will we still make bad decisions? Of course we will. But the goal is to make less of them so we have fewer and fewer regrets. So, how about you? Do you make good decisions? Are you a good decision maker? If so, put that down in the comments and someone will argue with you. Do you make bad decisions? Have you made some? Any decisions that you regret? And do you have a way that you choose to make better decisions? And if you would, I'd love to hear the story. If you want to share it there, put it in the comments. Or if you want to email me, my email address will be there as well, so that you can reach me privately and talk about it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please share them, as we always do. We hope that this has been helpful for you. If you're not a subscriber, please do, if you don't mind. Click like, click share, let it go, and tell somebody that we're here. Our channel is growing little by little, but we appreciate your help in making that happen. Every Sunday night at 7 o'clock, we drop a new video right here on Mental Health Moments, and we hope that they are being helpful to you in your life. We look forward to seeing you next time right here on Mental Health Moments.